Well, golly, Broncos country. What can I say, man? We got a 9-2 team. We beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They are so far behind us now, and the Broncos are sitting in such a big position. What a key win, maybe the biggest win of the Peyton era, the Walter Penner era. We're going to go live. We're going to talk about it all right about now. Posse, get in here. Let's go. Man, looking at that preview, I had the head bob and I'm going crazy. It's because the Broncos country just took a victory, and a monumental victory, in my opinion, man. It was a grind it out, tough it out, gritty type of win. And I think that's what we need to come to expect from this Broncos team. We'll take it any way we can get it because we just beat the Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Keith Brugman. This is the Denver Bronco Roundup podcast. We're brought to you by Rocky Mountain Sports Network, sponsored by Morgan Trinkets. And I got my good friend here, Mr. Kenny Kirkpatrick on the East Coast. Had to try to find a way to watch this game because he was stuck with Baltimore versus Cleveland. Kenny, you found a way, and you got to see, if nothing else, the end on CBS to a fantastic game as it came down to the last minute, man. Broncos take home the victory, 22-19.
Got to watch the very end on the big TV, trusty phone. I was able to watch it. I was one of the only ones to have the Baltimore game because I live in the Baltimore area. But 9-2, I don't want any doubters. I said last week, don't worry about the 10 points that you put up against the Raiders. You didn't show much. Sean Peyton opened up that playbook today. 9-2, outcoached Andy Reid. Broncos outplayed the Chiefs. Congratulations, Broncos. 9-2. Posse, you all deserve this. Keith, my fellow horseman, you all deserve this. You guys deserve this win. Keep it going. 9-2, no looking back. Go get that home field advantage now. And you know what? The Chargers lost 2 today. So let's go, Broncos. Yeah. Let's go, Broncos. Nice little cushion now, but no looking back. Keep going. Push for that number 1 seed.
And a bye week right around the corner. Oh, my goodness. The Broncos are doing fantastic. I got to welcome a couple more horsemen. We're going to get to the comments here in just a second. But I have a guy that's walking out of his Denver Bronco victory, Jody the Judge Moncrief.
That's a Bronco win, baby!
Look at that, Broncos country.
Just checking in. It is so loud here right now.
Good to hear you. Good
I won't stay long, but great win.
Great win, my friend. Great win. Go enjoy it. Glad you were able to bring home a victory for us. Go enjoy it, man. Let's see that crowd one more time. Maybe not. Maybe we'll lose him. But that's okay, man. The Judge checking in. He's never seen a loss for the Denver Broncos live, man. Thank you, Judge, for bringing home another victory, man. Did you see that? That was crazy. Trevor, welcome to the show. Crazy win. We got a Jody, the most I think that's the biggest smile I saw on Jody's face in quite some time, man. That was ear to ear, baby. Ear to ear. I think a lot of Broncos country are like that. How you doing, Trevor?
Doing well, Keith. Excited. Obviously, the Denver ended up taking care of business like they should have done all along. I believe Friday. I don't know. I don't remember what your score prediction, Keith, was, but mine was 24-20, and that was 22-19. Ended up being the final score. So close game. Broncos came ready to play. They close it out at home. I thought there were home field advantage was going to be huge in this game. Absolutely was. That stadium was shaking. It's one of the biggest home field advantages in all of football, and the Broncos took care of business as they should. You've got to win these in-division games, and that just takes you one step closer to winning the AFC West.
Ooh, man, one step closer. A big victory. It's ticking right across the bottom, man. If you're reading it, man, I literally think this is one of the biggest ones for the Peyton era, for the Walter Penner era. They truly got the Chiefs, monkey off their back. They did it. They sealed it up, and they are sitting so dang good. The posse, I know they're fired up. Like Mr. Graham saying, let's go, Graham. Good to see you over here on YouTube. I am happy I was wrong with a nail biter. Yeah, it was a nail biter. Pearl didn't know if we could do it, but guess what? Junebug did. Junebug coming in on YouTube as well, saying we did it. Got those orange and blue hearts, man. Junebug, good to see you in here as well, man. Man, Graham, I like this. We are so back. We are so back, baby. I mean, at 9-2, they even said at the end of the broadcast, the Broncos have their destiny and their future right now as far as the playoffs are concerned. What they're going to be able to do, potentially locking up home field advantage against two teams. Broncos win. Against actually about 9 teams. Actually, the Broncos win. Albert. So Clayton saying, "Hey guys, smash that like and share button." This is the big one though. Booyah, guys. Booyah, man. That is Bo haters. Sit down, please, says Clayton. Hey, there's something clutch about the kid, man. I'll give him that, man. There is something clutch, man. I mean, it may not have been the most beautiful day ever, but he's clutch. Kenny, clutch day for Bo Nix. Gets it done. You know what it's like. We all know what it's like about going up against division rivals, especially when they have you and they've had you for a while. And you really go out there and you get it done. This could be a huge motivator, and the bye week. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Bye week. The gauntlet's over. You ran the gauntlet. I mean, look at the stretch, going way back to the Jets when you had to travel to London. Then on a short week, you come back and you face the Giants with that once in a lifetime comeback. It never happened like that in the NFL. And then what do? You beat your fellow Raiders on a short week Thursday night. Now you had your 10 days off, almost as much time as the Chiefs, and you played your best game, which I've seen in months against the Chiefs, if not the best game you played all year. And going forward, the sky's the limit. It's Super Bowl or bust now for the Broncos. I'm telling you, I said it a couple weeks ago. This is the best defense I've seen since 2001 Ravens. PS2 comes back after the bye, and you know what? It's time. It's time to run the table. Go get that number 1 seed and get to the Super Bowl. It's coming, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. It's coming.
Something special brewing in the air. It's a little bit of Mile High magic. Martin's chiming in, said, what a sweet way to go into the bye with a win against the Chiefs. Yeah, we get to don these jerseys for a long time. Feeling pretty proud, strutting our stuff all over town. Trevor, it sure is nice, man. Adam and Kayla coming in as well, saying good evening, Keith, or good evening, family, and let's go Broncos. Great win. Glad it's the bye week. Must clean up the penalties. Penalties and drops were a couple of things that maybe still stood out of things that we can work on, but we overcame that. I mean, and against a team like the Chiefs, they're going to bring their best. They just came off their bye week. They are the reigning champion as far as AFC West is considered for 9 years running. I mean, this was a big game. And when, things don't go your way, sometimes you need to go out there and you need to persevere. The Broncos did it, man.
Yeah, absolutely, Keith. And here's the thing, too. This Broncos team, what they've been able to do this season as far as close wins this season. Last season, remember, this team could not win a game when it came down to the wire. This team this year starting to really close games down and close them out in a really great fashion. And so I think this is another great example of that. I thought all three phases played good enough today. Offensively, you could always want more, of course. But Bo Nix, I thought he was better today than he was against the Raiders last week. And I thought, obviously, your defense, you know what you're going to get from your defense. Special teams, Marvin Mims was huge in this game. Crawshaw, I thought he was better as well. So really all three phases were solid for Denver in this game, and really came down to the little things that you needed to do right to close out this game, and Denver did that. Also, Keith, the Broncos are also 6-0 at home this season. That's huge. When it comes to being a playoff team and being a true contender, you've got to be able to take advantage of your home field, and Denver's doing that at an exceptional rate this season. That's something to be proud of, something that they need to continue to roll with. If you want to be on that road to winning a Super Bowl.
By my fantastic math skills that go just beyond fifth grade, that means we have 3 more home games. And man, I tell you what, if you're right, man, if you're 9-0 and all of a sudden you're hosting a playoff game, you know how, I guess, just overwhelming, or I guess I'm at the loss of words, but coming into that environment, knowing that you're going up against a team that hasn't lost at home all year long, let's go out there and get it done. Karen's coming in here and says Broncos are winners and Chiefs are losers, and that makes for a great day. And yeah, I'm yelling. Yeah, I think we're all yelling, kind of like Jody as he was just trying to chime in and give us a little bit of a live update. Again, thanks, Jody, and give Jody a game ball for staying perfect. Absolutely, Martin. We'll have to get him a game ball.
They're going to start a GoFundMe so he can go to every game the rest of the year,
yeah,
including playoffs.
Yeah, man, it's going to be tough to get him those Super Bowl tickets at this point, man. That's going to be some pricey pricey tickets to get him, but might be worth it. Broncos country might have to do this. K-Mac comes in and says, way to go, Broncos. Knew it was time, man. And that tells me maybe, K-Mac, you're coming in as a Chiefs fan, and I appreciate you coming in here, giving us our flowers and doing it respectfully, man. Hard-fought win by the Kansas City Chiefs, or hard-fought loss by the Kansas City Chiefs. They put a lot out there on the table. Couldn't really get it all clicking. Seems like Mahomes was on pace. Seems like, hey, even that defense and Jones up front even was having a pretty good day. But in the end, that Broncos defense is really what pulled it home, just stifling this Kansas City Chiefs offense from, putting up 7 on a consistent basis, making them settle for field goals time and time again and lasting them out until the very end. And that's, I think Sean Payton even alluded to it as well at the halftime. This is the type of game we're expecting, and this is kind of where we wanted to be. You know what I mean? You just wanted to be a grinded out game. Karen says, good thing there's no alcohol in the house, or I'd be drunk right now. Well, celebrate the win. I'm sure the Broncos you get your 24 hours, I guess, but take care of yourself. It is, man. What a great victory. What a great victory. Victor, oh my goodness. Dropping Julesy Jewel is such a game changer. He's going to never lay off that guy. And Phil's coming and said, good Lord, 1 minute, I want to see Russ. I want to cuss out Franklin, and the next minute I cheer for him. Yeah, it was one of those games where drops weren't it was tough to watch because of the drops, man. They came at the wrong time, but at least at the right time, we were able to overcome them at times. I mean, the game that Bo Nix could have had without the drops could have been a phenomenal one. I'll just go around the horn. Trevor, since you got to see probably a little bit more of the game, at least I'm hoping so, things that stood out, man. Things that stood out in this victory, man, for you.
Well, one thing that stood out first and foremost before I get into the game, Keith, is Phil sent 500 stars. So I want to applaud Phil for giving us 500 stars. Phil, you're amazing.
Phil. I'll give him an East Coast Mile High salute.
Absolutely. Phil, we appreciate you so much and your support. It really means a lot to us. But yeah, Keith, I mean, for me, I think it starts from the defense side of the ball. I mean, what this defense has been able to do with Patrick Mahomes all game. He was just unsettled in the pocket. I mean, he just can never get his rhythm, his timing down. Denver did a great job stopping Kareem Hunt for most of the game. I know he got a touchdown there, a goal line touchdown, but for the most part, Kareem Hunt was pretty, sustainable throughout all the whole game. And so once again, this defense steps up. I don't know how we can't, mention the defense first and foremost. I mean, Kareem Hunt only had 60 yards, 59 yards, I should say, on the ground, 13 carries. But I just thought Patrick Mahomes wasn't Patrick Mahomes today. And a lot of credit goes to the Broncos up front, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, and the guys up front for putting pressure on Mahomes consistently throughout the game, making him feel uneasy. And that's exactly what you need to do to get your home crowd into the game and just being able to take advantage of this Kansas City offense. And so huge game from this Broncos defense. Once again, this is one of the best, if not the best defenses in the league. And hats off to VJ too.
Yeah. I mean, just well done. I mean, Riley Moss had a couple of incidents in this game. The penalties were bad. And the penalties were those flags were flying, gentlemen, left, right, and otherwise, especially at the very beginning of the game. I didn't know how long that first half was going to take because it seemed like every time we ran a play, we had to stop and listen to those guys on the stripes. But defense held up. I was concerned, when you start talking Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce, and I know that they were down a running back as well, but Hunt is still, I think, a great running back, a running back I think a lot of us even considered for the Denver Broncos at one point as he was a free agent as well. So, just a stifling defense. Kenny, you've seen a lot of good defenses, being a Giants fan for many years. What do you see out of this defense as this season has progressed and they put up a great victory? Really, a lot goes to them in this victory event against the Kansas City Chiefs and all those weapons I just talked about.
I saw 6 points in the first half. I've said it for months. This defense is going to get you to the Super Bowl. If your offense can put up around 20 points a game, you're going to the Super Bowl. I want to see this the rest of the season. Offense put up around 20, and you're going to get to the Super Bowl. I want to point out one player in this game. Let's point out Jaquan McMillan, his red zone interception. Almost runs it back, fumbles the ball out of bounds, blocking the back, plus Sean Payton's sideline from being excited, runs into the referee. You get the ball at the 7-yard line. I believe it was the 7. I was watching watching the game on my phone, so it was around the 7-yard line. And hats off to the Broncos. 93-yard drive, score a touchdown. And the other guy I want to point out, Martin alluded to him, Troy Franklin. Let's not be hard on him. He stepped up as the number 2 wide receiver. And teams may not be double teaming Cortland Sutton as much anymore because Troy Franklin is stepping up, and they had that connection in college, and it's starting to turn into the pros now. Troy Franklin and Jaquan McMillan are my 2 takeaways. Very impressed with both of them today.
I mean, Troy Franklin, the game-sealing play. I mean, really, at that point, you're like thinking, hopefully we can get it pushed far enough into field goal range. No. Bo Nix, Troy Franklin, they had other ideas, man. Get it deep down into Chargers territory and ice the game from there, man. Statement win, as Matt Staffiero says. Good to see you, Matt. Looking good there, Tex. Well, I love that pick, buddy.
And Keith, I also want to mention another wide receiver, Pat Bryant. I mean, I thought he was huge in this game too. I mean, it was multiple guys stepping up. This is what you get though when Bo Nix is more on his A game than not. Of course, we haven't seen the best of Bo Nix, I don't think yet. But my gosh, when you have really good quarterback play, you know what that can do with the rest of the offense. You could spread the ball around a little bit more. Again, Denver's got to get better running the football. That's still a concern going forward, clearly. But with this team, from a wide receiver standpoint, can we kind of push back a little bit on the needing out more weapons? You need better quarterback play. Once you get better quarterback play, you see guys like Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant start sticking out a little bit more. You got, at the end of the day, you do have weapons there. You just got to use them, and you got to have good quarterback play to complement them. So I want to give Pat Bryant his flowers today as well. I thought he was really played really well in this game. 5 receptions for 82 yards and 6 targets today. I mean, he stepped up when he needed to as well. Troy Franklin, I've been saying all along, this guy has the most upside in this wide receiver room, and I think we've only seen a little bit of what Troy Franklin can do. So give these wide receivers their flowers too. Other than Cortland Sutton, there are weapons on this team, and I think we're going to continue to see that as we move forward.
Dom's coming in saying 2 months since we've been experiencing a loss here, fans. It sure feels great, man. Sure does, dog, man. It's an amazing feeling. I know that, we're not the place that you're going to come all the time to hear the rah rah, sis boom ba, Bo Nix is the best ever, and this team is without fault, and we have nothing to worry about. They're just going to go out there and win. So I don't want to say we're like doomsdayers when it comes to this team, but we're critical. But at the same time, man, I'm telling you, you're going to wearing a lot of orange and blue this week. I don't know about you, Trevor, but I'm wearing a lot of orange and blue this week and the next week because we got a bye week, and we're 9-2, and there's not a whole lot of times in our history that we can be walking around 9-2 on the bye week. Go ahead and as someone said in here, haters gonna hate, man. It's a haters gonna hate. This is my early birthday present, says Karen, and tears next month. No, family ain't celebrating my birthday anyways. Ha ha ha. Losers. Well, Karen, we'll celebrate your birthday. Come on in here with us. Glad you got an early birthday celebration, man. Early celebration. Imagine the damage we could have done without the mental mistakes, says Matt Staffiero. Like I said, man, a few drops, few penalties, things to clean up. But two things I just want to hit, and then I'll go to Kenny. We've been hard on Bo Nix. And I saw a different Bo Nix today. I mean, he did have to escape the pocket at times, and he was, running towards the sideline and at times, a few more than I'd like. But as far as his footwork in the pocket, as far as his ability to stay planted, deliver the football field, man, there were some dimes delivered by Bo Nix. He looked much different than he looked last week versus the Raiders. This is the Bo Nix we need. 100%. I forget my second point, but I'll go ahead and I'll leave with that, and I'll go back to Kenny because I'm sure he has something else to say at this point as well.
Yeah, no negativity here. A win's a win. 10-7 on a Thursday night. I said it again. Peyton had a small playbook, even though don't go by how big that playbook was. He wasn't calling many plays in that game. He was saving some plays in this game, and no negativity. The only thing I would have done different. And you second guess, we all second guess from watching up here, that first drive, don't call a trick play that soon in the game. You were doing great in that drive. Save that for later, and I think it would have really worked. I really think it would have worked if he saved it for later in the game. He got a little excited. Sean Payton, I knew he was going to open that playbook open a little bit, and that was a great play design, but the Chiefs did have it sniffed out. But people forget R.J. Harvey was a quarterback in college football before he became a running back. So you're going to see more of that going forward. You're going to see more of those trick plays coming, I'm telling you. But, no negativity. There's, you found a way to win with 150 penalty yards. Good teams find ways to win. Bad teams find ways to lose. The Broncos are a really good team. 9-2 going forward. Future's bright. Future's now, I should say. And the stars the limit. The sky's the limit.
Stars and skies and the future, and who knows, man? They're all streaming past us like Star Wars, going into warp drive, man. It's how it feels, man. All of a sudden, we're 11 games through the seasons. We got 9 wins already tallied up. We're heading into the bye week. We got our good friend Jeremy Dressler coming in saying, "What's up, fellas? Go Broncos!" Love the win. Yeah, gotta love a win like this. Not so happy with the calls on Riley Moss, though. Thought they might have been iffy, as he calls them, the BS word right there. But no, I mean, I can't agree with all of them. And like I said, this officiating crew is far from perfect. And as bad as they were about calling some penalties, there was other penalties they missed altogether. I kept yelling at the TV about. Rookies did great. And I think that is another call out too. We talked about PS2 being out. Jahdae Barron, man, how do you feel about Jahdae Barron, the way that he's picked it up, stepped up, and been getting more and more snaps, it seems. I'll look at the snap count before we go live on Wednesday. But how you feeling about Jahdae Barron now, Trevor, as the season's progressed and maybe has been forced into position a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he needed some time. I think a lot of people were counting him out a little too early. I mean, this is this guy's rookie season. PS2 didn't become PS2 game one. It took him a while to become the great corner that he is and just to see the field. And I think Jahadae Barron getting this chance, I mean, he's been fantastic for this team and been a big reason why PS2 has been able to stay on the sidelines and get rested up and not have the Broncos not have to force him out there. Riley Moss, I know he's going to get picked on quite a bit. It's just something we're going to have to get used to. When I say that, like teams are going to throw his way and try to get a flag thrown on him. And so, but Jahadae Barron, I thought he was fantastic once again today. You would honestly right now, the way he's playing, you wouldn't think that that's like a rookie out there playing cornerback. That's the way he's playing. Jaquan McMillan, same way. I mean, this secondary is a huge part of this defense and a huge reason why this defense is has had the success that they're having right now. So love Jahadae Barron. And I love what he's doing. I mean, and I don't think we've seen the best of Jahadae Barron yet either. That's something we have to keep in mind. Is we're seeing a little bit of sparks of what these guys can be. Troy Franklin, Jahadae Barron, some of these younger guys. We're not seeing the best of them yet. There's still a lot more to see from these guys. Broncos country should be excited about that as well. And there's a lot more to look forward to from these guys as they continue to progress throughout their careers.
Our good friend, the man Ernie Mays, comes in here and says, Bo knows fourth quarter football, man. He sure does, and good to see you. Seeing you in the comments a little bit, wanted to say hello to you. Kenny, we even saw Q Robinson sighting in this game, but I'm going to flip to the other side. I'm going to go special teams, man. Whether it be Will Lutz, who, continues to be perfect, knock on wood, whenever, especially in games like this, man, he just helped us seal this away. Marvin Mims came back. We mentioned him a little bit earlier, was a big piece of what we were able to do, and feel so much better with him being back there rather than guessing what might happen on a kick return. But then your buddy, your friend, Jeremy Crawshaw comes back from a bad game versus the Raiders and doing what we were hoping he would do, what we talked about from the very get, Kenny, because we're old school guys, man. Coffin kicks, 57 yards, out of bounds, no return. Talk about special teams in this one too, buddy.
Right. With Star Crouch, no return, like you said, the old school coffin kicks. You got to. How do you stop a punt returner? You kick the ball out of bounds, and you get in that. Coffin kick it out of bounds. If you can do that, you're going to be a big weapon to your special teams and your team. And Crawshaw did it today. Let's hope he continues to do that through the season. Will Lutz, probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated kickers when you talk about kickers in the league, because you don't hear Will Lutz's name mentioned as a top kicker in the league. Believe me, I would love him on the Giants because we're in our third kicker and we're finding ways to lose every week. So Will Lutz, money, I would put him on the line, 50, 55 yards, game winner. I'm shutting the TV off. I know we won the game. He's that good this year and that good in his career. So Will Lutz and Marvin Mims, like you said, coming back, great return yardage today from Marvin Mims. And I think he's going to continue to grow on that. And earlier this year, I said, I wanted to see Sharfield back there and Mims be more the number 2 wide receiver. Right now, you found your number 2 wide receiver in Troy Franklin. Pat Bryant's the number 3. Continue to use Mims as your weapon in the special teams.
Roy wasn't able to make our and great points, Kenny. Great points because, Marvin Mims, he's key. Will Lutz. We gave Sean a bad time for a long time on this show about all the New Orleans transplants that we saw from him. But, man, you're right. I wouldn't want to be the Giants. I wouldn't want to be the Falcons. I wouldn't want to be one of these teams that are out there and just like, well, we would have won a game if it wouldn't have been for our kicker once again, especially on some of these easier kicks that have defeated these teams. But our buddy Crawshaw, man, love to see it, man. Love to see it. Love to see Mr. Roy Osborne. He wasn't able to make the show last time we went live, and he's chiming in now, though. He's saying, hey, guy, hey there, Horseman. And he said, what a game. What a game is right, buddy. And it just, feels like we could come on here every single week and say that, though, at the same time. I think that's the way the Denver Broncos are going to be. They're going to be gritty. They're going to grind out these wins. It's going to be probably a lot more defensive-oriented than it is offensive-oriented, and that's okay. I think we just need to kind of come to terms with that as of right now, we don't have the next John Elway breaking the huddle or the next Peyton Manning. But We got one. Kenny keeps pounding the table. Like, listen to us. Got the best defense in the league right now. Just third down, best in the league. Red zone, best in the league. So find your love where it's at, needs to be at, man, and love your team, man. I love this defense. We got to give more love to this defense. And Phil's just also saying, sorry, guys. I was so excited. I forgot to say hello, Keith, Rocket Man, and Kenny. Good to see you again, Phil. Thanks again for the 500 stars, man. Man, 30 minutes into a show. Like, would love to do these in about 30 minutes. We can go a little bit longer. I certainly don't want to miss anything out. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about, by all means, get it in the comments. Trevor, you look like you have something on your mind.
Well, Phil just sent another 100 stars, Keith. I want to make sure we acknowledge Phil and for being his amazing support that he's always been for us. And whether he's sending stars or just being here, Phil, it really means a lot. Keith, I'll go ahead and read the comment if you don't mind. Phil says, when is Hufanga going to hang on to those interceptions, LL?
Yeah. Well, maybe we're just asking too much from him because he's certainly bringing the heat and I'm surprised, and there's another knock on wood situation. He hasn't been penalized more, man, because he doesn't let up a whole lot, man. He comes in there hard. He comes in there, typically that crown of that helmet seems to be a little bit down, and not always, the earliest in the play either. So, he's 100% hair on fire all the time, man. And that might play into why when the ball comes his way, he just can't get it into his grasp. But man, yeah, I thought he had one for a TD there today, man. If he could have held on to that with the speed he had going towards that, he had a good amount of real estate in front of him. And a few players on that team might have had something to say as far as going maybe 90 plus yards, I think. But still, man, Hufanga, man, what a big addition to this Broncos team, man. Love him.
I got one, Keith, for everybody in the posse. Let's give a shout out to Alex Singleton. Okay, he was there today at the game. Those who don't know, you all should know. He didn't play today. Diagnosed with testicular cancer. They show him on the sidelines, and he's there cheering his team on. Huge smile on his face. You want to talk about motivation and inspiration? Go. If you didn't see the game live, go watch Alex Singleton on the sidelines today and watch what he did. So I do want to give a shout out to him and speedy recovery. We're going to see him in a couple of weeks, it looks like. And like you said, talk about motivation and an inspiration to everybody. He wants everybody to be aware of the cancer, and great person, and we wish the best for him, obviously. But hearing that story makes you want to root for him even more.
Ain't that the truth, buddy? Ain't that the truth? I was always a Alex Singleton fan because he actually played his ball right here in Montana State University. So not very many Montana football kids get to go out there and make an NFL career for themselves. So hats off to Alex Singleton on that behalf. And now go get it, man. Speedy recovery. And they said he's angling to be back right after the bye week.
Yes.
So, man, putting it all out there, putting off surgery to play, and then getting back there as quickly as possible to help our Denver Broncos. Ernie May says, he goes, I want to talk about my Broncos country only next week and just relax and watch the Raiders and the Chiefs and the Chargers all lose. So I love that, man. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And Martin, he says, they let us hit Mahomes a few times without throwing any flags. I was surprised about that. Graham had a shout out and a good one. Frank Crum on the special teams too, getting that blocked extra point, changed the game. Changed the way that the game played out from there on out, because then all of a sudden it was 6 points, not 7. We end up being tied 19-19. It was a big crucial part. And yeah, hats off to Frank Crum. Good shout out, Graham. Whew. The words aren't coming all that easy this evening, gentlemen. Maybe it's all the excitement of being a 9-2 football team. Any other shout outs you have, Trevor?
Ooh, I would just say special teams. I've been pretty hard on Darren Rizzi all season long, and rightfully so. But special teams has had their fair share of struggles, to put it lightly. But no, I mean, I thought special teams was a lot better today. They cleaned it up and executed a lot better. And then I think that was really crucial. Like, again, Marvin Mims, having him back there is huge. Just what he can do. The ground he can make up on the field from a running standpoint, his speed, just he really can't beat it. We've seen this Broncos team without Marvin Mims back there on special teams and returning kicks. So, it's great to have him back. I thought Crosshaw was better. Will Lutz was, I think you could argue he's one of the MVPs from this game. Just what he was able to do, knocking down those field goals. He misses one of those. This is a different game. So it's really crucial on special teams. I want to give them their flowers today as well, because we've been pretty hard on them this season, but again, rightfully so.
Yeah. I'm going to circle back around. I'm going to steal one thing from Kenny, and he said at the very top of the show. He said that Sean Payton outcoached Andy Reid. That's not an easy thing to do, and it shouldn't be overlooked. After what we saw last week in a team that didn't look prepared, didn't look ready, not a very well-coached team, and not a very good game plan versus the Raiders, to turn it around like he did and have Bo Nix looking good, looking confident, delivering the ball, even though there were some drops, going out there and getting the game plan in. And, yeah, there's always things that could be better, but overall, much, much better, and it needed to be if you're going to do what Kenny said, outcoach one of the best in the areas in football, and that's Andy Reid. And I think we did a fantastic job in doing that today. Overall, I thought this entire team played well. Some parts were better than others. Some parts were better than recently, so that was nice, says Karen. And Karen, you're right, man. Like I said, things look better, especially compared to last week. All right, gentlemen, I guess some final thoughts. I'm going to start with Mr. Kenny Kirkpatrick. Kenny, any final thoughts before we get out of here on this Denver Broncos victory post-game podcast, man? This one of many we've had, and brought the posse along for the ride.
Yeah, way to prove me wrong. I said, I hope I'm wrong. I was wrong. I did pick the Chiefs 20-17. Great job for proving me wrong. But I want to point out all those experts, including Vegas, who had the Chiefs as favorites in this game. 3.5-point favorites to go to the Super Bowl, the Chiefs. Everybody on CBS, NBC, Fox, YouTube, TikTok, everybody had the Chiefs today. Way to go, Broncos. You proved the world wrong. Keep it going. Got the best defense in football. Maybe the best Broncos defense ever if they get this sack record. Could be in talks for the best defense ever for the Broncos. Maybe the best defense since 2001. That sounds like a Super Bowl recipe to me. Keep it going with defense first. Do what you got to do on offense. I know the run game's going to be hard without J.K. Dobbins. Julian McLaughlin's got fresh legs, though. Keep an eye on him in the second half of the season here. And get it done. Get it done with defense first. Bo Nix making a few plays a game, and that'll be the recipe for a Super Bowl. Go Broncos.
Karen's in full agreement. Exactly my thoughts, Kenny. I'm not better, but I seriously thought about it. Yeah. I'm not a better. Yeah. Talking about the line. You threw me off there a little bit, Karen. I'm sorry. I'm such an English major. And when it comes to reading these, Chiefs are officially on the decline, says Graham as well. So, man, go right around, man. The Rocket, man. It's still kind of shocking to me, Rocket, man. Here we are at 9-2, man. Another victory podcast, but we're wrapping up. What do you got for us, man?
Yeah, I mean, you find ways to win however you win. It may not be pretty, but you find ways to win this Broncos team. They've done that this season. There's a difference. And Sean Payton talked about this too earlier in the season. He said last season we weren't very good at closing out games. We lost a lot of close games last season. And I think that the tides has flipped for this team this year, really do, with the players they've brought in and the players that are already been in that locker room. These guys have bought in and bought into what Sean Payton's doing and what this team's been building, and they've closed out games for the most part this season. And they've done a much better job of doing that. That's why this team's 9-2, a lot of close victories. So that's great to see, and it's great to see this team continue to find ways to win. Obviously, there's things to continue to clean up. It'd be nice to see those drives turn into touchdowns. after a while. The run game obviously has got to be better. Don't be surprised if the Broncos are looking for a running back during the bye week as well, because I'm not convinced they're going to continue to roll up with R.J. Harvey and Jaleel McLaughlin. They may want that J.K. Dobbins archetype kind of running back from a size perspective, so keep an eye on that. But no, I thought the bye week is hit at the right time. You get a chance to get PS2 healthy, Alex Singleton healthy. You get trying to get guys back to being full strength, because again, as great as this team is, 9-2 right now, the season isn't over. You've still got a lot more business to take care of after the bye, but enjoy this one, because when was the last time you could say the Broncos are 9-2 going to a bye week? It's been a long time. So really, really proud of this team for hanging in there and fighting this one out. The home field advantage. Shout out to the Bronco fans, Broncos country, just in general, for being here live with us, but also being at the game. Jody was there. I know all chat, he was talking about how electric that stadium was. So a huge shout out to the Broncos fans for being there, being loud, and being there to support your team. Again, best home field advantage of all football, and when the Broncos are winning. So love to see that. Huge shout out to the fans, and hope everybody enjoys the bye week. Be proud of this team. Enjoy it. Still more business to take care of the second half of the season. But as always, go Broncos, and we'll see everyone next time.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Karen was the first to say it, saying there's something in that mile high air. Ernie Mays confirming mile high air is everywhere. Go Broncos country. Only getting a lot of love for those comments. Last year, the Chiefs won the close games and went to the Super Bowl. Just saying. Now it seems like it's been flipped and the Broncos are getting all those. And I think that's exactly what he's saying. Yeah, I feel good like I knew I would. I feel good. Yep, I like that song too. I feel good. Better not do any more. I don't want to get demonetized here. That being said, Broncos country, Posse. Thank you, man, for riding with us, man. Thanks for riding with us all season long, man. We ride strong with you Wednesday, Friday, right? 7:30-ish. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button so you know exactly when we go live. Got the Denver Bronco Roundup podcast. We talk everything Denver Bronco Roundup. Denver Broncos, I should say. Don't miss tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., the Morning Juice. We go all around the league, me and Kenny, on the Morning Juice, talking all 32 NFL teams, all the scores and what happened and what's going on. And then this podcast right here, right after the games. You don't want to miss those. That's another reason you need to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out Morgan Trinkets. I've been scrolling their information on the bottom of the screen for all your Southwest jewelry, Southwest pottery, stake gold at wholesale prices. You can check them over on Etsy at Morgan Trinkets Co. That's Morgan Trinkets Co. Holidays are almost here. Don't want to miss out. Especially, you got some time during the bye week. Get your shopping done. Boy. Broncos country, like I said, just appreciate the heck out of you being in here, riding with us, Posse. So excited and proud of this team. Can't wait to talk to you again. Who knows what's happening during the bye week, so keep an ear to the ground. Denver Bronco Roundup, Rocky Mountain Sports Network. But we got to get out here the way we always do. Boots in the stirrup, guns in the holsters. Of course, Denver Broncos in your heart. 9-2. Until next time, we're out of here. Have a good night, everybody.